Oh, all right, Joe Horn, everyone. The story of Joe Horn. They were debating this on CNN last night, and I was just amazed by the story of Joe Horn. And you will, too. This is right up Anthony's alley. A guy who's defending his home.
I love it then.
My friend. Another home invasion type story. The story goes Joe Horn was just minding his own business, and Joe Horn calls 911 to alert of a burglary happening.
Mm-hmm.
I believe at his neighbor's house. I'm not positive of the details.
Really?
I'm sure. Yes, right, Danny? So his neighbor was getting robbed. So good old Joe Horn decides to call 911, and that wasn't good enough for Mr. Horn. He wasn't satisfied with just calling 911.
Is this in Texas?
I don't know where this story.
This is not. When's this from?
It's a while ago because the case was just decided, I believe, the other day.
Okay.
Oh.
So here we go with Joe Horn calling 911 to alert the authorities about a burglary at the neighbor's house.
Pasadena 911, what is your emergency?
Burglars breaking into a house next door.
What's the address there, sir?
7418. Not my address, but next door, okay?
Yes, sir. 7418 what, sir?
Timberline Drive. I've got a shotgun. Do you want me to stop them?
Nope, don't do that. Ain't no property worth shooting somebody over, okay?
Well, they're breaking in right now. They're in their house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching them.
What color is the house they're breaking into?
It's kind of a red brick, right next to a two-story brick home, my home.
All right. What's the guys look like? White, black, Hispanics?
They're black, two of them.
Two black males? What are they wearing?
One's kind of a green shirt and white tennis shoes and blue jeans, and both of them are in the house right now.
What's the other one wearing, sir?
I didn't get a look at the other one. Hurry up, man. Catch these guys, will you? Because I ain't going to let them go. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to let them go. I'm not going to let them get away with this.
Okay, hold on.
Wow.
This guy's great. Holy Jesus. And two black guys. Is that his picture? Is that the guy? Oh, Jesus.
Good old Joe Horn.
I don't think he's very inclusive.
No.
I don't think he's got a lot of tolerance.
I believe Joe Horn at this point is foaming at the mouth.
He's like, if I don't see a cop here in a second, God damn it, I'm stopping this.
This is near Houston, Texas. A little town,
Texas. Okay.
A little town called Pasadena, Texas.
Wait, now my question is: were the neighbors home?
I don't
they
believe so.
They weren't home at the time.
Okay.
Which probably, it's a tricky one.
Well, it continues. What do you think happened to Joe Horn? Let's get into this a little further because you don't even know what's going on yet.
I already know what happened, so I won't say it.
All right.
I'm good.
Joe Horn, this is what Joe Horn says to the 911 operator.
Can you see anything at all?
No, I just see where they went in the house. I can't see in the house.
I understand that, but you can see where they entered in?
Yes.
So they might slip out the same way, or can you see the front of the house?
I can't see the front. I can go out the front, but if I go out the front, I'm bringing my shotgun with me, I swear to God.
No.
I am not going to let them get away with it. I can't take a chance on getting killed over this, okay?
No.
I'm going to shoot.
Good line.
Stay inside the house and don't go out there, okay? I know you're pissed off, and I know what you're feeling, but it's not worth shooting someone over this, okay?
I don't want to, but I mean, if I go out there, to see what the hell's going on, I mean, what choice am I going to have?
No, I don't want you to go out there. I asked if you could see anything out there, if you could see.
I can see a little bit of the driveway, but see, I can't see the front.
Can you see anything out in the front of the house that, like a vehicle that came in or anything?
No.
I'm going to tell you when I've got officers on the scene out there.
Not yet, you don't.
No, I know.
He's like, not yet, you don't. I ain't going to wait.
Wow, this guy is showing patience, though. You can hear it in his voice.
He's chomping at the bit.
He wants to be out there in the baddest way.
He's covering himself in a couple of ways.
Yeah.
He's saying that he wants to go out to get a better look to see if he's in some kind of danger. If he's able to do that and stay on his property and kind of, if he feels his life is in danger. Now, the 911 operator telling him to stay in his house, That's a little tricky. This is a little touchy here.
Yeah.
It's not. It's 100% this guy wants to cap somebody.
Well, no, you know what it is? It's 100% this guy doesn't like seeing two guys breaking into his neighbor's house and have his neighbor come home and go, yeah, I watched the whole damn thing.
No, fair
and
enough.
I watched him walk off with, your precious jewelry and whatever else cash you had in the house. You know, he's thinking that. Like, you see your neighbor's house and you're friends with your neighbor, and you see your friend's house getting robbed. All you're thinking is, he's going to come home and I got to tell him, yeah, I watched the whole thing. Oh, no, I called 911, but the cops didn't get there on time, so they left. Knowing that it's Texas, for God's sake, you got a gun, you go out there and you use it. But use of deadly physical force is a tricky little thing.
If it's your house, kill him. I'm all for it. I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to defend yourself. But if it's across the yard at someone else's house and you know they're not home, as much as it sucks, you can't just shoot them. But I emotionally agree with you.
Well, I don't know what the whole situation is
let's
yet.
move on here.
Let's see what happens.
So far, Joe Horn is looking at his neighbor's house getting burglarized.
What was the neighbor, a white man?
I have no idea.
The neighbor's a black guy?
No, the neighbor is a Vietnamese American.
He's
really?
Yeah.
He's Vietnamese.
Yeah.
We're all Americans.
So
we throw in the American part to be nice.
Yeah, let's just stop.
He calls him the G word, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. He didn't know he wanted to shoot more. The guy who owned the place or the guy breaking in.
I'm just going to lay some fire down into the house.
Yeah, old Joe Horn is not looking out for anybody, but old Joe Horn is
Yeah,
trying
Joe Horn.
to shoot someone.
This guy's a bit conflicted.
He really
he
wanted
doesn't
to
know where to go with this one yet.
clean out the barrels of that gun, didn't he?
So the burglars are in the neighbor's house. So let's move on with the 911 call, all right?
Why don't you listen to me carefully, okay?
Yes.
I've got officers coming out there. I don't want you to go outside that house. And I don't want you to have that gun in your hand when those officers are poking around over there.
I understand that,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that I have a right to protect myself too, sir, and
Yes,
you
you
understand
do.
that.
Yes,
and the
you
laws
do.
have been changed in this country since September the 1st, and you know it and I know it.
Some of the
I have
first.
a right to protect myself.
I'm right there
And a
with you.
shotgun is a legal weapon. It's not an illegal weapon.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. I'm
All
just
right.
not wanting you to, make
Oh,
a
he's
mistake.
coming out the window right now. I got to go, buddy. I'm
Hey,
sorry, but he's coming out the window.
Don't go out the door.
They just stole something. I'm going out the window. I'm
Don't
sorry. I
go
ain't gonna let them get away with it. They stole
Go
something. They got a bag of
outside the
something.
house.
I'm
Okay?
doing it.
Mr. Do not
I'm
go
sorry.
outside the house.
This ain't right, buddy.
You're going to get yourself shot if you go outside that house with a gun.
You wanna
I don't
make
care
a
what
bet?
you think. Okay, stay in the house.
You want to make a bet? You want to make a bet? I'm willing to make a little wager with you that I ain't getting shot.
God, Joe Horn rules.
Joe Horn, what a nut. I'll bet you that I shoot a before he shoots me. That's the name of the game. I'm playing with the 911 operator.
I hate Joe Horn.
Joe Horn rules.
I'm usually
hate
against
him.
the gun thing, but Joe Horn rules.
They're coming out with I got to go. I got to go. I'm sorry. I got to go shoot
You're
somebody.
going to get shot if you go out there.
You want to bet?
You want to make a bet?
I'll make a little bet with you.
You know why I hate him? Because he's not being honest. He's not being honest.
He
wants to just kill two black dudes. He's not. If he was being honest about it, I'd be right with you, loving Joe Horn.
Yeah.
But he's using that little slick. He's like he knows what he's doing, and he's trying to leave himself a little legal alibi. I hate Joe Horn.
That's why this is a great story, man.
You know what?
It's a great story because I think Jimmy's right there. I mean,
lying.
he's got the excuse he was looking for,
Let me tell you something.
but he still rules for. I don't know why, but he just rules.
He can be completely wrong in this whole thing. This is absolutely not the way you handle it. If you're a gun owner, it's not responsible. I wouldn't handle a situation like this. But if he shoots these burglars, I could give a flying F. Good. Those guys are criminals, non-productive members of society, and in a great state like Texas, good for them. They got what they deserved, whether it's legal or not.
I'll only agree with you if they're guys who had like a violent history. If they're two, look, I don't want to get burglarized, obviously, but if they're two guys who are stealing something to get high, I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying they shouldn't go to jail, but to have two guys get killed who are non-violent offenders like that, who don't have violent histories, I can't.
What if someone was in the house? What if this? What if that? Who knows?
Were they
you
armed
know?
though?
We don't know. We're gonna
Don't
find
know.
out. Let's find
I
out.
like this story.
And do they get killed? We don't even know that yet.
I know.
Jimmy.
I know he wants to shoot them.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I backed up the tape.
Tell Jimmy, Steve from Bayshore, tell Jimmy to leave therapy or leave the show.
No.
Oh, God. It's sensitive Jim.
But no, it's not that. It's just this guy's making me sick because he's lying.
I love this guy.
He's lying. That's
He's
why I
a
like
true American hero.
I'm right down the middle on this one.
He's a boob.
I'm right down the middle. I agree with what Jimmy's trying to say, but for some reason, I just think he rules, though.
Here's what he is. He's a little fat-faced. Look at him. He's a little fat-faced old man who wants to feel virile and young and powerful. He's using this situation to do what he wants to do. He doesn't care about that dumb neighbor.
Yeah.
Joe Horn stinks.
Who does Joe Horn look like?
John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy?
Yes.
John Popper a little bit.
Little Popper? He reminds me of someone that is associated with the radio show, though. It's driving me nuts.
Oh, my God.
We'll pop it up on oneradio.com.
Oh. Did I just plug the
I'm sorry, Jimmy. And I tried. I sat there. I deciphered. I
gave
it a second.
What a dope I am.
Not even close. What are you doing?
Oh, my God.
I'm all for a good E-Rock slamming, but...
Oh, I think that... Oh, you don't think it does?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Pat from Moonachie.
Yeah, it is Pat from Moonachie.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, look at Jimmy coming back
Moonachie.
strong.
Yeah.
I'm going out there.
All right, I backed up the tape. Here we go. Joe Horn.
Don't go out the door.
They just stole something. I'm going out the window.
Don't
I'm sorry. I ain't
go
going to let them get away with it. They stole
Go
something. They got a bag of
outside the
something.
house.
I'm doing it.
Mr. Do not
I'm
go
sorry.
outside the house.
This ain't right, buddy.
You're going to get yourself shot if you go outside that house with a gun.
You wanna
I don't
make
care
a
what
bet?
you think.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
stay
kill
in the
him.
house.
Yeah.
They still getting away.
That's all right. Property's not worth killing someone over. Okay? Don't go out the house. Don't be shooting nobody. I know you're pissed and you're frustrated, but don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You hear him say, I'll kill him? He stinks.
First
He
of all...
wants to.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah.
He's not defending anybody. He's just being he's just using this as an excuse to unload that gun.
He's defending his neighbor's property, which isn't,
He doesn't care about his neighbor.
it isn't legally.
No one really cares about their
You're not
neighbors.
supposed to do that.
I mean, maybe like a small percentage of us do, but for the most part, we don't care about our neighbors.
No.
Let's say hi to Casey in Texas. What's up, Casey?
Hey, I was listening earlier. I heard that these guys weren't blacks. I heard they were illegal aliens.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah?
But they look black to me.
They are two black. Is that the
They're
two guys
black.
he shot?
Yeah, they're two black guys.
No.
They're illegal.
That's him, and then that's the two guys he shot at or
I
something?
did hear they're
They're Colombians.
Colombians. Okay.
Colombians?
And both illegal and both convicted criminals from Colombia.
Because Sosa says so?
You expect me to believe Joe Horn's a fat-faced idiot because sauce?
Fat-faced idiot.
Oh, that's who Joe Horn looks like. The guy that was dancing in the Copa when they shot at Montana.
Oh, that stupid mask.
Bobo, whatever the guy.
Bobo.
Let's say hi to Jared in Boston, listening on BCN, a regular to the Opie and Anthony show. What's up, Jared?
Hey, guys. Anthony, finger on the button. I'm going to need an assist.
All right.
The house next door to me was broke into by...
Okay.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Whoa. Who saw that coming? Let's see. Oh, okay, let's take Mike in Brooklyn. Mike.
Hey there. I don't know what Jimmy's problem is. Is it... Jimmy, you can't believe that this guy, he just wants to protect his neighbors.
Dude, listen to me.
Irate of people breaking in.
I get that. But to me, I'm listening to this guy, and what I'm seeing is a guy who is building excuses and dying just to shoot the two guys who went in there.
Yeah.
He's really not. If there was a violent assault on his neighbor, or if his neighbor was home in bed, that's different. But that's not what's going on here.
How was he to know? How was he to know if they were home or not?
Because he shot them coming out. Why did he run in there and chase them in? He shot them coming out.
You're not allowed to use deadly physical force to protect property. I'm not sure what the law is in Texas.
All he was saying was he was going to go outside with the shotgun.
But dude, you're right.
He could have held them there on the front.
Do you not know what he's doing right now? You're listening to this as well as I'm listening to this. Are you honestly going to tell me you can't hear how he is just really wants to go out and shoot those guys? Come on, are you that imperceptive?
If he really had a bloodlust to do it, he would have gone. He would have stopped talking to the 911 operator immediately. The operator was able to keep.
He stopped talking to them as soon as they came out of the house, and he could go shoot them.
Oh, really?
No, he didn't.
Is this true? Texas law allows the use of deadly physical force to protect property. Goddamn, who can't love Texas?
Why aren't you moving there?
That's my goddamn Jeep.
Why aren't you moving there, Ant?
Hey, if it was his own, but dude, how could you not hear that? What he's doing?
I didn't hear any kind of psychoness or bloodlust. I mean, the officer was able to keep him from going outside.
You don't hear.
How many minutes?
Hold on,
I don't.
dude. As soon as those guys came out, within a minute.
I want to go out.
What's that?
He said, I want to. He didn't, literally go out immediately.
Why didn't he just stay in his house?
Kept him on the front lawn.
No, dude. They went inside. He called 911. The cops didn't show up. He went over there. And as soon as they came out of the house, I gotta go, buddy. And then he goes, I'll kill him. Why?
Because it's irate.
There you go.
The idea of somebody being robbed.
Okay, he's pissed off.
What's wrong with caring about one's neighbors? What's wrong with that?
So you can't see where caring about one's neighbors ends, and then consciously making a decision to just go out and blast them.
You sure you didn't want to apprehend them at the scene? Say,
No.
Well, drop your bag. I'm armed. Stop right there.
Because you could hear it.
Yeah.
Why didn't he call 911 then?
At gunpoint.
Why didn't he just not call 911?
Maybe because he knows there's no excuse.
Maybe he was
to me,
looking
he's
for the
building an
excuse.
excuse.
He was just trying to do the right thing all around.
You think so?
All right.
Yeah, that's what he's doing?
Every single move, he tried to do the right thing.
No, he didn't, dude. He's building. How can you be that imperceptive to not hear what this guy is doing? You're listening to the same audio I am.
At all.
What's that?
There's nothing like psycho about his call at all.
I didn't say he was a psycho, dude. But he wants to go out and shoot those guys. You can't not hear that.
No, I think he was just angry, seeing a crime happen right in front of him, and
you're talking in circles.
And held them on the front lawn at gunpoint.
He was angry. That doesn't give him the right to go over and shoot those guys. And emotionally, I agree with it. Like, I understand that rage and hating those guys. I'm not saying that. But you can't say you don't understand what he's doing in this phone call.
No, I don't think he was trying to set himself up with a loophole.
Oh, really? Like he's saying things like, well, I might get shot myself if I go out there. Really? He doesn't need to be outside. And yet he's building a possible scenario where he'll be outside and be in danger.
The cops were not quick enough.
What's that?
The cops were not fast enough. So he felt like he had to do something instead of just watching the whole thing unfold.
Yes, he felt like he had to go out and shoot the guys. Yes, but exactly. That's
I think
what
he has
had to do.
the right to go out and try to stop them.
Right.
And then I think he does have the right to do that. Any citizen has the right to try to stop a crime in progress. If then during that he feels his life is being threatened, then he could use deadly physical force. In Texas, apparently he could use it for property, which is pretty funny. I didn't really know that. But and then I'm looking at this other thing, the castle doctrine that they call it, which you can just use deadly physical force to protect property.
Your own property, yes.
Yeah, but Jimmy, there is now a law in many states called the Good Samaritan Law where you can be locked up if you see a crime and don't do something. So this could be a case where...
Right. Seinfeld got locked up for that.
And how do you know what was in his head?
You might all be right.
How do you know what was in this guy's head?
Because you're listening to him. We're all hearing the same audio, and I don't buy it. I don't believe the guy. I don't believe Joe Horn. I'm listening to him, and he wants to go out and shoot.
Now,
and I can hear it.
These guys were part of an organized burglary gang. How do we know what was in their heads? How do you know what's in anybody's head?
I'm not saying that they're not people that aren't roaches. I'm not even saying that they're not cockroaches. I'm not saying that we're not better off without them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if I'm listening to this audio, this guy just wants to go out and shoot them, and he's using this as an excuse. And I can hear what he's doing by listening to it. I'm not saying that they're not scum or those poor innocent men.
You're reading so much into his 911 call. It's like some reverse racism. Like,
I'm listening.
Because he's white.
Don't be it. Dude. Stop being a little... no one is using... Don't be an idiot.
But Jim, you know what, too? At the same time...
You're the idiot.
I did it.
Hold on, stupid. You're saying that it's reverse white racism because he's white? Shut your mouth, you're dummy.
You're a chinless moron.
Yes, I am. I understand I'm chinless, but to try to yank the white angle, I'm not a guilty white guy. Stupid. Learn who you're talking to. I'm not a guilt-ridden white guy. I just don't agree with this Joe Horn.
My own father apprehended somebody that was robbing a neighbor's house and held him at gunpoint until the police got there. 2 guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't shoot.
And as
Right,
he
yeah.
described it on the phone to me many years ago, he said, two were trying to rob a house next door.
And
Yeah,
you wonder where
absolutely.
you get it from.
He held them at gunpoint
Yeah.
until the cops got there. And I think he actually told them, don't move or I'll shoot you.
That's wonderful.
And Kenny, I did hear that, and I did say that. You're right.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. Thank you, Mike. We're going to have to
thank
agree
you.
to
Thanks,
disagree
brother.
on that one. Okay, listen,
Yeah.
Mike.
But don't yank out the thing on the reverse race. Shut up.
I'm going to yank out your thing.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We're really late. When we get back, does Joe Horn leave his house?
No!
And I think we know he leaves his house at this point. But what happened to Joe Horn? We're going to find out after the break. Opie and Anthony, stay there. All right, we're in the middle of the story of Joe Horn on the Opie and Anthony show.
Joe Horn.
So basically, Joe Horn sees like a couple thugs breaking into his neighbor's house. He calls 911, and he's on the phone with 911, and he's debating what to do. And this is the clip we just played before break, just to get everyone up to speed, and then we'll move forward with the Joe Horn story.
I want you to listen to me carefully, okay?
Yes.
Got officers coming out there. I don't want you to go outside that house. And I don't want you to have that gun in your hand when those officers are poking around over there. Okay?
I understand that,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
But I have a right to protect myself, too, sir, and
Yes,
you
you
understand
do.
that.
Yes.
I
The laws
need
have been changed in this
sausage.
country, and that's since September the 1st, and you know it and I know it. I have a right to protect myself.
I'm right there
And a
with you.
shotgun is a legal weapon. It's not an illegal weapon.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. I'm
All
just
right.
not wanting you to, make
Oh,
that
baby, he's
mistake.
coming out the window right now. I got to go, buddy. I'm
Hey,
sorry, but he's coming out the window.
Don't go out the door.
They just stole something. I'm going out the window. I'm
Don't
sorry. I ain't
go
going. I ain't
outside.
letting them get away with it. They stole
Go
something. They got a bag of
outside the
something.
house.
I'm
Okay?
doing it.
Mr. Do not
I'm
go
sorry.
outside the house.
This ain't right, buddy.
You're going to get yourself shot if you go outside that house with a gun.
You wanna
I don't
make
care
a
what
bet?
you think. Okay,
I'm gonna
stay
kill
in the
him.
house.
They're still getting away.
That's all right. Property's not worth killing someone over. Okay? Don't go out the house. Don't be shooting nobody. I know you're pissed and you're frustrated, but don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it.
The instructions of this 911 operator could not be any clearer. And this dummy talking about, well, the laws have changed and it's a legal weapon. He's all caught up in the legality of it, and yet there's a real sincere plea.
The 911 operator, I don't hear him doing any more than telling the guy, if you go out with the gun, the cops might mistake you for one of these guys and shoot you. It doesn't, and he's saying property isn't worth shooting someone over. He's not preaching any legality to this guy.
No, the guy's preaching legality to him.
Yeah, he's telling him, I'm going out there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And the guy is saying, which is also a good point, the cops could have rolled up, seen him with a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
So anyone who's yelling that this guy's a hero, he's not. He's not. Had it been his house and he killed them, or whatever, good. But if he shoots these guys,
Charlie Brown head.
if he blasts these guys, he has to go.
You could hear the racism in his voice, to be completely
What?
honest. Yeah, there's a part in there where you could just tell that there's some racism involved.
Not in
He's a
Texas.
racist.
He might have shot. I don't know. Like if they were white dudes, he might have felt the same way. But when he just said,
You can
kill
hear
him.
the anger in his voice
Yes.
during one part of that last segment where you could tell he's just a racist guy.
How is that racist? He's just angry.
Because no one cares about their neighbor's property that much.
These guys are from Texas. It's a whole different mindset.
Yes.
The neighbors are away. He's worried.
Come on. No one cares about their neighbors.
Where's Kenny?
Another thing is like this phone call. I mean, I edited it down so we could play it on the air. But I mean, this phone call was over 8 minutes long, and I think what was adding to his frustration was that like all this time was going by, and I'm sure him witnessing this just made time feel like it was taken
Right.
stretching and stretching.
No
And
cops are showing
and no
up.
cops are showing up, and he did the right thing. He called 911. He waited there, and he just felt like no one's ever going to show up. And I
Yeah, we're
think he
just
was
playing the
feeling-
highlights. So basically,
Oh, I
what Joe
didn't know.
Horn's
Yeah.
thinking, oh my God, I've been on the
Yeah.
phone with you for 8 minutes.
This
Where
is,
are the
this
cops?
is not real time, by the way. This is
Yeah,
I've
that's
edited
kind of
this.
important too. All right,
Where
let's-
are the cops?
Let's move on. Here's what happened to Joe Horn, the robbers, the 911 operator, everybody.
They got a bag of loot.
Okay.
Loot.
How big is the bag? They're carrying a
Just
bag
a hand.
of stuff. They're walking out about a handful.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which way are they going?
I can't. I'm going outside. I'll find out.
No, I don't want you going outside, mister.
Well, here it goes, buddy. You hear the shotgun clicking, and I'm going.
See?
Don't go outside. I'm going to get on your radio, Jess.
No, you're dead.
911 Pasadena.
Get the law over here quick, man. Get one of them's in the front yard over there. He's down. The other one's run down the street.
Where
I
are
had
you?
no choice. They came in the front yard with me, man.
Where
I had
are
no
you?
choice. Get somebody over here quick, man.
I had no choice. I had no choice. Oh, he's backpedaling.
Yeah. No, he wasn't lying. He was being real honest.
Hey, you're dead. Oh, damn, I am. Wow.
Unbelievable, huh?
Yeah.
Fired 3 shots.
Sounded like the first 2 hit the guy who was closest to him, and it sounded like he was taking time to aim as the other guy was running down the block.
Running down the block.
It's very visual. All right. Well, this is what happened to Joe Horn, everyone.
What happened?
Joe Horn will not face criminal charges for shooting and killing 2 suspected burglars.
He killed both of them.
It is a case that's generated strong emotions from those who say what Horn did was wrong and those who say it was right.
Well, now we know that the law was on his side.
Well, good evening. It has been legal limbo surrounding this case over the last several months, and specifically during the last 2.5 weeks as the grand jury weighed all of the evidence. Well, this afternoon, that process finally came to an end.
Today, having heard and considered all of the law and the evidence, the grand jury no-billed Joe Horn.
It's a decision 7 months in the making, a grand jury vote that clears a Pasadena grandfather from the threat of criminal charges.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, I guess if Texas said it must be so, then it must be so, because they're not known for making any bad legal decisions.
Jim, you got definitely got some people on the line that
they all disagree with me.
No,
oh, really?
That's not true.
Oh, okay.
Got Rick in Louisiana. Let's say hi to Rick. Rick, what's up?
Hello, boys.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I love you, little Jimmy. I agree with little Jimmy. This guy intended to go out there and kill. He could have loaded his shotgun with birdshot, and birdshot is not going to kill somebody, but with double-aught shot, he wanted to go out there and kill those guys.
Oh, you don't wound people when you shoot them, first of all. When you make a decision to shoot someone, you're shooting them to kill them. That's what you do. It's not the movies. It's just, was the guy legally, did he overstep his boundaries when he shot at these guys?
Of course he did.
Where was he? That's what I don't know. Was he on his property? Was he in his front lawn? Did the guys run across his property?
Yeah, he said that in the audio, that they came into my yard.
Well, the parts out of his mouth.
They're basically running through his yard to get away.
That's tricky right there. You know?
But they were obviously just running through anyone's yard to get away.
I'm not saying this guy wasn't obviously getting off on the whole situation and pretty much wanted to clear out the barrels of that shotgun. Yeah. But whether he was within the law there?
So what kind of follow-up do you have, Iraq?
Oh, we got another one. Hold on a second. Let's say hi to Mark. We got one more clip. Mark in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, there's only one thing I disagree with him about him shooting them is he's out in public shooting people. If it was in his own house, that's great, that's fine and dandy. But he's out in public, and there could have been anybody else out there that he hit with his buckshot.
Yeah, and this is not about feeling bad for the criminals. The guys are probably vermin. And Stump Range, they have long criminal histories, and we probably better are off without them. This is the Joe Horn's the guy I have the problem with. Not saying that they're not scum.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's the final clip from the Joe Horn story.
Autopsies revealed Hernando Torres and Diego Ortiz died from gunshot wounds to the back. Horn's neighborhood became the focal point of heated protests, and last week the fiancé of one of the men he killed demanded justice.
Just that he do some time. I want him convicted, period.
Horn always said he acted in self-defense, and moments ago, his attorney thanked the grand jurors for believing what he called the truth.
Well, I think the evidence showed that Joe was, in fact, within his legal rights to do what he did. He didn't want to do it, but he didn't have any other alternative.
Nah, he wanted to do it. That's pretty obvious.
That's the dishonesty I'm talking about. How can anybody not hear that?
Yeah, that's pretty obvious that he wanted to do it. He was just waiting for
Did he want to do it, or did he want to? Was he really pissed off and wanted to protect his neighbor's property?
That's why he said, "I'll
and
kill
go
him."
out there. Yeah, you know something? If that's what I'm saying, it might not be the right thing to do, but his intentions and motives here are being questioned, as if he just instantly wanted to go and shoot people, or did he really want to protect his neighbor's property? And then when he went out there, and if he was confronted by these guys, and they ran up on him and were completely surprised, and he takes a shot at him.
Shot in the back, both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them in the back. Stop.
They were running away.
Of course they were. And again, had they been running out of his house and he shot him in the back, I'm all for it. They're in your house, kill them. They're across the yard, stop. Kenny, what do you think? You're an officer of the law.
Take your time, Kenny. No
saunters over. Kenny,
I'll lumber over to this microphone.
what do you think?
I'm all for law and order. I guess we all should move to Texas because you can get away with a lot more.
Oh, well, see, now he's saying that perhaps.
Well, a grand jury, they're just regular, citizens that get subpoenaed to sit on the grand jury. So I guess he lucked out with the jury pool. But, there seemed like some questionable circumstances, although I wasn't there, so I can't second guess.
We know you weren't there. No one was going to say, Kenny, why didn't you tell us what happened? You weren't there.
Well, I want to ask Ann.
When Mr. Horn turned.
Yeah. Ann, would you shoot these guys?
No.
I know you don't care about your neighbors, so we got to make believe you care about
property.
You got to make believe you care about your neighbors.
No, neighbor's property.
Running through your yard? It looks like they were running through his yard to get away. Now, are you shooting?
That completely depends on the circumstance. If I'm hanging out in my yard and they come flying over the thing, are they armed? Am I looking at somebody who's armed now coming toward me? Then I'm shooting.
Oh, I know that. If we all know that, but I'm saying in this case where
in
it's
this
obvious
situation,
they're using your yard to pretty much get away, and they're running through your yard.
I would I wouldn't have shot him. No way. I'd wait for the cops. In my neighborhood, they show up in 2 seconds.
Were the guys armed? Did they turn out to be armed?
I really don't know. But Iraq, you don't.
I don't know, but there's ABC News in this video here saying where the reporter is standing is where Joe came out, and that the two criminals were right by this tree on his front lawn there. That's where he shot.
On Joe's front lawn?
On Joe's front lawn.
Oh, and that's where he shot him.
Yeah, they were running to get away.
Yeah, the audio says that these guys ran into his yard. Joe Horn said that.
Yeah.
But they weren't running toward Joe Horn. They were running away from Joe Horn.
Yeah, he went out there because he wanted to confront them and shoot them. That's what he wanted to do. He's a fat hick. The fat hick.
Let's go.
If you want to, whatever, man.
Love his big Charlie Brown head. I love it.
You know what he's doing.
Let's go to Matt on Long Island. Matt.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm a big fan. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this guy really took all the steps to avoid, being an action star redneck, because I think, he called 911 and he sat on hold for 8 minutes. I think if he really wanted to be a big shot, he would have went out with the gun, fired, did whatever he had to do, and then call 911. Sounds like they had to call his phone when he went out with the gun,
Why did he, my question is this, though, why, when they're running away, does he go out with his gun?
Because he felt his neighbor had been robbed, and they were getting away with the loot, as he said, the loot. Smokey McCracken says he should have put one of their mouths on the curb and stomped the back of his head.
Yeah. Sure. Little Ed Norton justice.
Of course.
Let's go to Paul in Jersey. Paul.
Yeah, Joe Horn was absolutely correct in what he did. I mean, if he doesn't do it, his house is next. The cops aren't getting there in time. You got to take care of yourself.
Anytime criminals get blasted, I don't care. I really don't care.
That's true, man. I agree with you 100%, Anthony.
What he did, was it right or wrong legally? the grand jury found that he was justified. Who am I to say anything? I personally wouldn't have taken a shot at the guys, but the grand jury found him innocent. You do hear it in his voice. He's pumped up. He's a little eager.
Yeah, I'll kill him. I'll kill him. That
is a mindset. And I got to tell you something. If you're sitting there watching your neighbor, now I don't know how much he cares about his neighbor or not. It could be a great friend of his. It could be a lifelong buddy or something like that. If you're watching that happen, you're going to get pumped up. You're going to get aggravated and really where are the cops? What are they doing? Let me get out there and try to hold these guys until the cops get there. And then when they turn around and they're on your property, even though they're running away from you, where are they running? Are they going to your front door? Are they going to turn around and take a shot at you? Sometimes you are justified shooting people in the back.
You're right. But we all know with this case, that's like the way a lawyer would explain it.
Yeah.
We all know, we all have a common experience in life. He went out, we heard what he was saying, that's what he wanted to do, and that's what he did. Those guys weren't, no one is charging an old redneck with a shotgun pointed at them. They were shot in the back, and everybody knows that. It's like a lawyer would say, well, technically they could have, and I don't even know the law as well.
But that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is the lawyer's going to argue that he felt that his life was in some kind of danger.
He was in the house.
Whether it was or not.
Why did he leave?
Left to protect his neighbor's house.
He didn't care about his neighbors. Why did he go in after him then? Or why did he stand outside the window? Why was it? It's stupid.
Because he was waiting. I think he was waiting for the cops.
He saw this chance slip into. He knew he had to wait, but as they were leaving, he had because he didn't have the guts to go in after them. So if he really wanted to, he could have just went in after them. He couldn't do that. So he saw them getting away. This was his last chance to do what he wanted to do, and no cops were there. So he went out and did it.
I really don't know these neighbors, Horn said. I know the neighbors on the other side really well.
Oh.
I can assure you, if it had been their house, I'd already have done something.
Oh, so he waited because he didn't know the neighbor.
He doesn't really know the neighbor that well. Let's say hi to Ray in Jersey. Ray.
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy birthday, Jimmy.
Thank you. See, he didn't even know, he had no emotion to the neighbors at all. Even if he did, it wouldn't matter. But
yeah. Go ahead, Ray.
Hey, I disagree, dude. I don't know, especially with you, Jimmy. I don't know if you've ever been held up.
Yes, I have been in a burglary. I've been in an armed robbery.
Okay, well, so have I, and I've just prayed, somebody to come and help me. I think this guy's did something really nice. I mean...
Dude, hold on, bro. I know what you're saying. I was in a McDonald's and got robbed. It was scary. Guys waving a pistol and, my girlfriend many years ago. It is frightening. The difference is these were guys running. It wasn't like he disrupted a crime and killed two vultures. I completely would be for him if he did that. If they were holding somebody up and he just popped them both in the head, I'd be 100% with him.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what happened. You can't mix things up and go, well, getting robbed is scary. The guys were running away across his lawn leaving.
Yeah. All right, Ray, thank you. Let's say hi to Cassius in Queens. Mr.
Hey.
Clay, how are you?
All right. Yeah, Jimmy's saying this, just a fat hick. This guy's just a fat hick. I mean, it's such a weird reaction to what this guy did. I think the fact that he stayed on the line for 8 minutes with the operator is proof that he didn't have some kind of bloodlust. He waited as long as he possibly could.
What were his options? He had to wait till they came out of the house. What was he going to do? Go in after them? He couldn't do that.
Yeah, I don't really care about these two that got killed, but I mean, I think Joe Horn had other motives.
He did
in his shooting.
And I call him a fat hick dude.
Shootings.
I'm looking at a picture of him, and he's just a little fat, roly-poly old man, and I could just hear what he wanted to do.
He was.
What does his weight have to do with anything? I mean, what is his age or his weight? He was just being a good neighbor.
He wasn't just being a good neighbor. How could you convince yourself? What's his age and weight? Because sometimes you can make prejudgments about people. That's why I'm judging him, sir. And I'm saying
that's ridiculous. I mean,
no, it's not. I can judge him if I feel like it, and I'm judging him. I'm saying he's a little fat old man who wanted to feel young and virile again by taking out two.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's such amazing insight into this guy over one 9/11 call.
First of all, it's a 911 call, and second of all, I heard what he did.
What's the difference, nitwit?
The difference is 9/11 is what we call what happened. You know the difference, stupid. Don't call me a nitwit because you don't know how to speak properly.
Ass hairs.
You're losing, sir. I'm telling you.
You're not telling me anything. You have nothing to say enlightening about this subject at all.
Your whole thing, you listen. Hold on, old lady. Your whole thing is, how could you judge him by his weight and age? You sound like a girl. You sound like a woman.
You sound like a liberal wacko. Did you speak like his wife?
Yeah. I'm a very liberal guy. Excellent points there. Hey, listen, Auntie. Anything else you want to tell me? How could you say those things about the man's weight? Shut up, you old lady. Why don't you knit an Afghan? Don't judge the man. You don't know him.
Maggot.
Maggot? Oh. What are you, an alpha male? Don't try to laugh like you're just kidding around. You're annoyed. At least be honest about it, dude. Now the phony laughter.
All right.
Yeah, that's
this
it.
Guy was just being a good neighbor.
No, he wasn't, dude.
The cops took way too long.
You're right. They did take too long. And if he was being a good neighbor, if he was defending,
you guys are so cynical. You guys are just so cynical. You can't. You think that it's impossible for.
I'm saying he's wrong to shoot two guys in the back, and you're telling me I'm too cynical? You idiot!
Yes, you guys are so cynical that he can't.
You guys are so cynical. Hey, how come you can psychoanalyze us, but I can't psychoanalyze him?
It's not you guys either. Ant's on your side, Jimmy's not, and I'm sort of in the middle with this one.
But hold on a minute, Auntie. Hold on a minute there, a crocheter. How come I can't judge Fat Joe Horn, but you can judge us as being too cynical? Why is that? Why all of a sudden you have to psychologically profile everybody? Go ahead, stupid. Your turn.
All right, Cassius.
Beat it with your dumb name.
We're going to move on, but I'm going to run down the phones here.
Cassius is a queer. I'm judging him.
You got Marcus in Virginia. My home is robbed. I wish Joe Horn was my neighbor. You got Julian in South Carolina. Aren't neighbors supposed to watch out for each other?
Oh, shut up.
Someone in New York. I'm glad this guy shot these bastards. Alex in O-Town. This is not a case of self-defense. He was safe inside his house. Mike in Jersey. Joe had to shoot them. They would have come back. Will in Texas, white people get away with everything here.
Right.
And Boston chiming in, Tim, listening on BCN. I agree with Jim. Not fair. They were shot. So it's pretty much down the middle, right? What'd you say?
I don't even mean that it's not fair they were shot, because the guys were just probably bums who eventually would have. You know, I'm not saying they don't deserve to be shot.
I don't believe he was being a good Samaritan.
Yeah, my problem is I just hate Joe Horn.
Yeah, I think he got the perfect excuse to shoot two guys, and he wasn't going to let that pass by.
Had it just happened as a reaction, and he ran out in a spur of the moment thing, and the whole thing took less than a minute, then you go, you know what, the guy's adrenaline was pumping.
Right.
That type of stuff happens. But especially when you have 8 minutes, the argument everybody's making, he was on the phone for 8 minutes. Yeah.